Today on Dateline Abuja, our focus is on infrastructure growth in the FCT. We have with us the SSA to the FCT minister, and he will be talking to us about everything except the politics surrounding Minister Wike. We're going to be looking at some of the job that has been done by the FCT administration in the past few months and what we should expect come May 29th, as well as some of the challenges that still abound right here in the FCT. This is Dateline Abuja. Hello and welcome to Dateline Abuja. I am Kayla Megwa. Let's begin with a rundown of the major stories this week from Nigeria's seat of power.
President Bola Tinubu has extended his condolence to the Catholic Church, the global Catholic community, and Christian faithfuls following the passing of His Holiness Pope Francis. In a personal message, the president says, "Today, with a heavy heart, I join the Catholic faithful and Christians worldwide in mourning the passing of Pope Francis, a humble servant of God, tireless champion of the poor, and guiding light of millions. His passing, coming just after the celebration of Christ's resurrection, is a sacred return to his Maker at a time of renewed hope for all Christians." President Tinubu asks that as the world celebrates the legacy of the late Pope, he should be honored by lifting those who are down, healing our communities, and defending the dignity of every person. Rising insecurity and the need for innovative security initiatives to tackle the menace forms the core of the discussions as members of the Nigeria Governors Forum meet in Abuja. The agenda on security comes on the heels of recent killings and resurgence of terrorist attacks by Boko Haram insurgents and other armed groups across some states in the country. The meeting, which received a brief from the Chief of Defense Staff, considers the deployment of advanced technology and infrastructure to improve surveillance.
The forum received a presentation from the Chief of Defense Staff on an innovative security initiative aimed at strengthening national and sub-national capacity for early threat detections and coordinated response. The project envisions the phased deployment of advanced technology and infrastructure to improve surveillance, crisis management, and public safety. Governors expressed support for the initiative's objective and underscored the importance of technology-driven solutions in addressing evolving security challenges at the state level.
The National Economic Council, NEC, says the current animal husbandry system in Nigeria requires modernization in view of the increasing security challenges in the country. The council, during its meeting chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, also gave an approval to the Ministry of Livestock Development for a strategic growth plan that will see Nigeria generating between $70 to $90 billion from the sector. Governors and deputy governors from across the 36 states of the Federation, including the sole administrator of Rivers State, retired Vice Admiral Ibot Ete Ibas, attended the meeting held in the council chambers of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Briefing State House correspondents after the meeting, Governor Doyediri says emphasis was on the adoption of ranching for accelerated livestock growth.
After going through the presentation, Council endorsed the key recommendations of the presentation, especially the focus on addressing the crisis fueled by the current system of animal husbandry in the country. Emphasis is placed on cattle ranching and peace building. And we believe that the ministry's presentation on cattle ranching is a modern solution to the issues of farmers-herders clashes.
Vice President Kashim Shettima has charged the National Hajj Commission, NACON, to ensure smooth operations during the 2025 Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. He gave the charge during a meeting with members of NACON at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Over 50,000 Nigerians have so far been registered for the exercise, according to the Hajj Commission.
Welcome back. In our focus on the FCT this week, we're taking a look at some of the major projects that have been carried out by Minister Wike in his time in office, and at least looking at this year and what we should expect come May 29th. Please watch this. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Nyesom Wike, is leading this entourage on an inspection and assessment tour of some ongoing projects. The projects inspected include the renovation of the Abuja International Conference Center, extension of the Obafemi Awolowo Way N5 from Life Camp Junction to Ring Road 3, road network in Gishiri Village, and the N16 interchange at Nikon Junction linking Maitama to Wole Soyinka Way. The minister gives his assessment of the quality of work across all sites.
The quality of job seen is quite impressive. I'm so happy with the International Conference Center. Those of you who knew how it was and see what it is today will be impressed that yes, that conference center is coming back to what it's supposed to be.
He then announces that the N16 interchange will be inaugurated in May by President Bola Tinubu to mark his second year in office, while the N5 road project will be completed by the end of May.
Inaugurated by Mr. President during his second year anniversary. We have gone to the International Conference Center, which is also almost ready. The first phase of the N5 will also be ready by the end of May. Frankly speaking, we're very impressed with what we have seen, we have scheduled. The contractors who are handling these various jobs are living up to expectation, and we're also doing our own part.
The minister further made a disclosure on the 2024 budget for the FCT.
Statutory budget for the FCT. The national budget has been approved and assented to by Mr. President, and so. But this job is not part of national budget. What this job is in the statutory budget of the FCT. I can tell you we've done not less than 90-95% of the budget implementation, but that is history. That is it has never happened before. And if you look at the projects there, you will see that there's no project that is in 2025 that we have not touched.
In preparation for the second anniversary of the Tinubu administration, the FCT minister has been on a project inspection drive across the nation's capital. While inspecting some ongoing road construction projects in Piagomani and Ushafa under the Kwali Area Council, he asserts that the ongoing construction on the project sites is a clear indication of President Bola Tinubu's agenda of improving the living condition of residents, not just in the city centre, but across board.
We have gone around to 3 satellite towns, 3 area councils. One is Gwagwalada, where you have the Market Road, the Palace Road, the Radio Road, which will also be commissioned by grace of God during his second tenure anniversary, during his second year anniversary. We went to A2 to Pi, which you talked about, and that is Kwali Area Council. You can see how beautiful that road is. It's a road of about 15 kilometers. They have done about 13 kilometers asphalt where it costs, which will also be handed over to us for the President's second year in office. Now we're the Shafa in Buhari Area Council. This A2 going to the War College. This goes to the community. And then there's another of this area. So it's also our area council developing, connecting the southern towns to the city.
In another inspection tour, this time at the Apokarshi Road construction at the Giri district, Mr. Nyesom Wike stated that land will henceforth only be allocated to an agency or institution if they're prepared to develop it within a specific time frame. He inspects the ongoing rehabilitation of the International Conference Center, the construction of the Abuja division of the Court of Appeal office complex, the Life Camp roads, and the judges' quarters, promising their timely completion.
CGC has promised that all these roads, by the grace of God, will be inaugurated during the second year anniversary of Mr. President. Indeed, I'm very elated, very happy. I thank Mr. President for the support given to us, the encouragement for us to achieve this.
It hasn't been all about roads and bridges in the nation's capital. At this unveiling of the VIP ward of the Maitama General Hospital dedicated to the FCT minister, the FCT administration promises to upgrade and rehabilitate all 14 general hospitals in the nation's capital.
The minister has decided that all the 14 general hospitals in FCTA will be rehabilitated and upgraded. The Honorable Minister has given approval that all call rooms in the FCT HSES system in all our hospitals be fit for a king.
These projects across the nation's capital have come at a price that the FCT administration believes must be paid to create the nation's capital that Nigeria deserves. Demolition of illegal structures like these ones in Gishiri community of the Katankwe district to make room for the road project there caused some tears.
You cannot give person money to go in Abuja. You don't own any land, except government give it to you. So if they give you money to build a house, on which land are you going to build the house?
So what are you asking for now?
We are asking that the minister should hold on with the demolition until the area for the relocation is ready. And then they can collect the money.
But we have given them enough time. I'm not going to say because of few people, government will not do their work. No. We've given them more than 2-3 months. And nobody, I cannot fold my hands and say, okay, then let the job stop. No, we won't do that.
In March this year, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Nyesom Wike, has revoked the land titles of 4,794 property owners in 10 districts of the nation's capital over non-payment of ground rent for over 10 years. Spokesperson of the FCT Minister, Mr. Olayinka, explained that over 6 billion naira is owed to the FCTA by 8,375 property owners who are yet to pay their ground rent. Areas affected include the Central Business District, Garki 1 and 2, Wuse 1 and 2, Maitama, Asokoro and Guzape.
Minister Wike has approved revocation of 4,794 land titles over non-payment of ground rent for more than 40 years. In the central area, Gariki 1 and 2, Wuse 1 and 2, Asokoro, Maitama, and Gusape, a total of 8,375 property owners have not paid ground rent in the last 43 years.
Also in March this year, the FCT administration clarified the withdrawal of the land title of the People's Democratic Party, located at the central area, stating that the PDP owns the FCT administration over 7 million naira for non-payment of ground rent from 2006 till date.
PDP is owing 7,603,504 naira 31 kobo as ground rent from 2006 to 2025, 20 years. If you ask me, I would say anybody whose title has been revoked, who now feels that I made a mistake, I should have done this and that before now, should make an appeal to the minister. And the minister will look at it. If he so wishes to reinstate, he will. Because warnings had been sent out in the past and people refused to comply.
Adhering to the Abuja Master Plan has had its ups and downs under the Wike administration, and maintaining already built infrastructure is also a cause for concern for many residents. Poor traffic infrastructure has led to unregulated transportation systems, causing a nuisance on highways like this one at the newly constructed Apo Ring Road. At the old Apo Bridge, these taxis are responsible for several accidents and creating an eyesore right in the city center. These refuse dumps at the Gwagwalada Motor Park in Durumi have started to smell since the rain started, and complaints about the rowdiness of this neighborhood right in the city center have not been addressed, with robberies becoming rampant in this Durumi neighborhood. Here in Wuse 2, this leak is pouring sewage water into the street, causing pools of wastewater in this highbrow Wuse 2 area and creating an unbearable smell. My guest on the program is Mr. Lere Olainka, the special advisor to the FCT minister. And he'll be talking to us about some of the infrastructure development in the FCT, the challenges that still abound, and giving a response to some of the complaints that we received from FCT residents, especially in the Garki, Apo, and Wuse areas. Take a look at this. Mr. Lere Olainka, welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah. I mean, the FCT minister is the busiest minister in the whole country.
It has not been too easy. It has not been too easy, but some of us are coming from a background of a workaholic, so it's not too strange to us.
So let's look at some of the major achievements. I know that the budget for the FCT was extended.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and really 95% of it has been...
It has been. It's a performance that is unprecedented.
What would you attribute that performance to? Is it just his personal drive, or is he under pressure from the presidency?
It's his personal drive. From Rivers State that he came from, even the opposition government then named him Mr. Project,
yes,
as governor of Rivers State. So he has that antecedent of getting things done.
Yeah. I want to be able to talk about the satellite towns because he made some promises, and we're seeing that those promises are being fulfilled.
We were at Kabusa yes, on Saturday. There's a road from Kabusa Keti, Kabusa Takusara. One of them is like more than 10 kilometers. One of the road, that's I think Kabusa Takusara is linking Akpo Wasa. So if you enter Kabusa, you link Akpo Wasa Road, and Akpo Wasa Road is also link what is it called? This Yanya Akpo Karishi Road.
Yes.
So there's this kind of road network that by the time all those roads are inaugurated, people might not need to begin to come to the city to live. I mean,
one of the roads really that people have been waiting for its completion is the alternative road to Nyanya.
Yes, that is Akpo Kashi.
So is it going to be commissioned this year?
I think the commissioning is September this year.
September this year?
Yes, I think it's...
And there are some issues. And I see that from time to time he wades into those issues. Yeah. But other times we don't see, maybe we're looking for more in these areas. And one of those areas is these shanties. Let's take area 1.
Okay.
Let's take area 1. Now, of course, they've cleared that roundabout. So the movement of traffic is better there. And there's VIO constantly there. No more bikemen in that area. But when you enter into Durumi from area 1, from the motor park, it is a slum. It is a slum from that motor park, and then there are shanties all the way inside, or if you're heading towards American International School. All these shanties have made those neighborhoods very unsafe. Is there something that has been done about that?
Well, you see that there was something like that in Uye.
Oh, yes.
There was a shanty like that in Uye. That was cleared last year November. And you saw that when it was cleared, there was a lot of noise. It was demolishing people's houses and all that. So there's no how shanties like that will remain in Abuja. So and in some of these things, it's a gradual process. I can assure you that we'll get there.
The management of the area 1 motor, the Gwagwalada motor park that is at area 1. That's something that previous administrations have done all that they can. They clear it out, but when you come back, they sleep there. Almost every criminal sleeps in that motor park.
You see some of these
and
things.
And the place is an absolute mess.
You know that there are three bus terminals. For the first time in Abuja, we are now having bus terminal. In the next few weeks, the one in Kubo, the one in central area, and the one in Mabushi will become operational, and the government will build more. You see, when there is no facility for people for vehicles to park and pick passengers, you cannot begin to now penalize those who stop on the road to pick. But the moment you have this kind of facility, you now have a park where if you want to go to somewhere, this is the designated place for you to go to and get a vehicle. Then even if you are a transporter, this is where you should park and this is where you should go to and pick passengers. Until we are able to achieve that, we are achieving that now. 3 will become operational very soon, and others like this area that you mentioned, there will be terminals everywhere where people can. Until then, so somebody raised issue of Abuja vehicles not being painted.
Oh, yes.
No official
motor parks.
We'll get to all that.
Okay.
We'll get to all that. When government take decisions, when government does certain things, it could be painful. The public should know that it is for their good. Look at the issue of land. People have called me, what is this one talking about? The new land reforms and all that. How can you go and ask for land from government and government grants your application, your request, and for you to now make payment, it becomes a problem. For you to apply to government for land, it means that you have a need for it. It means that you already know that once it's just like you are applying for admission and you are granted that admission, and you are not saying that to pay acceptance fee, you don't have money yet. To pay school fees, you don't have money yet. If you don't have money for all those things, there's no point applying. Now that you have applied for land, you know that you should pay necessary fee within 21 days. Those who have issues, area council land, they now have opportunity of their land, of getting necessary documentation for their land. Those who have gotten land, buildings from mass housing operators, they now have opportunity of getting CFO for their land and use the CFO for whatever they want to use the CFO for. Thank God we have been able to at least resolve that now. People now know that ground rent they have to pay. People now know that when they get allocation, they have to pay for RFO, they have to pay for CFO, they have to do a lot of things.
And then you can't be a land speculator in the FCT anymore.
It will be difficult now because before people who get allocation, get RFO, the following day, within 1 hour of the RFO coming to their hand, you begin to see the RFO flying, you see the allocation flying in the property market. They are now looking for the allocation that you get maybe at for instance, at 2,000 naira, you are now looking for who to buy for 200,000 naira. So that when you collect 200,000 naira, you take 2,000 and go and pay government. You have made 198,000 naira.
I hope that this message today gets to him. The sanitation situation in Wuse 2, along that For You supermarket place, there's feces on the road. It stinks there. Around this Guzape as well, since the rain started, some of it has come into the road. You can't enter Area 1. I told you we got so many messages from Area 1. The whole road is filled with dirt and smelling.
It definitely get to him, but also, the people also have a duty. This country is about one of the countries that I've seen that people don't perform. The people don't want to perform any duty. The question now is that how do we get sewage? How do we get them blocked? How? It is the people throwing waste in the gutters.
Maybe sanctions. Maybe if there's some kind of sanction,
and
like that place in Wuse 2.
There will be sanctions going forward. Okay. But the issue is also that we need to also begin to educate ourselves. There are things that we must do. Look at our roads. It is this Abuja that I've seen that public transport people, this along, it is as if it is a rule that they must not obey traffic rules. They must not obey. It is like a rule. They don't stop. I have been a victim. My vehicle was hit from behind by another vehicle running because I stopped for traffic light. Probably he didn't know that I was going to stop. And I stopped. And I had to spend like over 300,000 naira to fix my vehicle that day. So the question is, we have a duty as citizens of Nigeria to also do what is right. We have a duty to do what is right. Let the people begin. Now that we have seen government doing what is right, the people should also reciprocate by doing what is right.
I want to thank you very much, Mr. Olayinka, for being with us on Dateline Abuja. I know you have inspections today, so good luck with all the work you have ahead of you.
All right. Let me start going to ICC.
Thanks to my guest and to everyone who spoke to us today on the program. Please remember to take a look at your neighborhood, find out what the issues are, and inform us using the social media handles showing right now on your screens. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayla Magwa. See you next time.